Bienvenidos, soy Ana de Aprende con Flowers. Hoy vamos a aprender palabras sobre el Día de Acción de Gracias. Today we're going to learn vocabulary on Thanksgiving Day. Here in North America, Thanksgiving happens in fall. Fall is el otoño. And Thanksgiving happens in the month of November, which is noviembre. When you think of Thanksgiving, you probably think of pilgrims and Indian, los peregrinos y los indios. Some people may not like to use indios for Indian, so you can change that to los nativos americanos, the Native Americans. On Thanksgiving Day, we usually give thanks for things, and the statement to give thanks is dar gracias. So if you want to say, I give thanks for my family, you can say, yo doy gracias por mi familia. Thanksgiving Day is where you'll hear the term, are you hungry a lot? So if you want to practice, are you hungry in Spanish, you can say, ¿Tienes hambre? ¿Tienes hambre? And if you want to say, I'm very hungry, you can say, yo tengo mucho hambre. You can take out the mucho if you're just slightly hungry and just say, yo tengo hambre. Now, we're all going to get full, and maybe you're hosting a Thanksgiving dinner, and so you want to know if people are full. So you can ask them, ¿Estás lleno? If they're a guy. But if they're a girl, you'll say, ¿Estás llena? So the way you respond to that, you can say, I'm very full. Estoy muy lleno. That's if you're a guy. But if you're a girl, you'd say, Estoy muy llena. La cena de Acción de Gracias is Thanksgiving dinner. That's where you'll have lots of food. Comida. El pan, the bread. El pavo. Pavo is used not only for the animal, but also the delicious turkey. La espoleta is the wishbone, which many of us have a tradition of breaking with our siblings or family members, whoever it may be, who picks the wishbone. La salsa de carne, or el jugo de carne, is how you would say gravy. There's not really a word in Spanish for gravy, so it's just like the salsa of meat or the juice of the meats. That's how you say gravy. El maíz, oh, I love maíz, can be said in both either maíz or el elote. Elote is usually used for the full corn, where maíz is used for like if you're having like sweet corn, like where it's actually off of the cob. Now, mashed potatoes, big controversy in my household as to how do you say it in Spanish. So, my husband likes to say it, las papas aplastados. I've also heard it said las papas molidas, which are ground potatoes, but I've also heard people commonly using it as el puré de papas or las papas batidas. So you can take your pick, see what you like to use. El relleno is stuffing. La mantequilla is butter. La salsa de arándanos is cranberry sauce. La tarta de manzana. So another controversy as to how to say it in Spanish is la tarta de manzana is for apple pie. Since there's not really a word for pie in Spanish, tarta is the closest that I personally would like to use. However, other people say la torta de manzana or el postre de manzana or el pastel de manzana, which all I wouldn't say they're the closest translations because torta in other places is like a sandwich. So you can say, you want an apple sandwich? Like what? But then postre and pastel are more like cakes. They would say more like cakes. So you want an apple cake? Like what? But in a Spanglish way of saying things, you can say el pie de manzana. So, but they say or spell pie as in pay, but it's pie because that's how you pronounce it in Spanish. Same thing goes with pumpkin pie. So la tarta de calabaza is what I would personally use, but la torta de calabaza, el postre de calabaza, el pastel de calabaza, or even easier, el pie de calabaza. Now, I hope you are all with your family in one way or another. So let's learn the word for family. La familia. Tradiciones or traditions that you would have. Especially on Thanksgiving, a lot of us have traditions with such as the comida that we would make, the food that we would make, or we also have traditions of praying before eating, or sometimes even going back home. Like if you've traveled to meet family, you'll have a traveling prayer. So the way that you say prayer can be done in two different ways that I use, right? You can say orar, or you can say rezar for prayer. So, ¿cómo celebran ustedes el Día de Acción de Gracias? How do you guys celebrate Thanksgiving Day? Let me know in the description below. Y con eso, gracias por acompañarme en este viaje de aprendizaje. Chao.